Hi, this is Alex with Maple Leaf Coffee Roasters in Roselle. I'm here today to talk about a brand new medium roast coffee that we have from Colombia, the Colombia Cattleya. Check it out. So this is a coffee from Colombia that is very similar to some of the single origin Colombian coffees that we've had in stock before. It's on the sweeter end of things, not a super sharp sweet, more on the citrusy sweet side of the equation. So as a contrast to some of the fruity varieties that we've had in African coffees, this coffee happens to have more of a kind of grapefruit tint to it, which can be kind of fun. So we've always had Colombian coffee in our blends here, either our Pond Hockey or Hartford Espresso blends. We generally add a Colombian coffee to things that we want to add a touch of sweetness to it in some way, but not be super overpowering or something that just hits you in the face with a sweet tint to it. Whenever we offered, on a very rare occasion, a Colombian coffee as a single origin coffee, we tried to do something a little bit different with it. We tried to choose something that is not our usual types of Colombian coffee that we put into our blends. Something that has a unique aspect to it, a unique flavor in some way that you wouldn't normally come to expect maybe from a Colombian coffee itself. So I like this coffee quite a bit for that citrusy flavor, that kind of grapefruit tint that I was talking about. You also see a little bit of a kind of cocoa powder variety to this too. It's not going to be a real strong kind of chocolate or cocoa feel to it, but you'll definitely get a little bit of that kind of feel on the aftertaste. And you'll have a little bit of like a floral, lighter sort of feel to this as well. So as a medium roast, you get a nice balance between the coffee flavor itself and a little bit of the roasty tone. And that cocoa powder sort of feel is something that we introduce a little bit through the way that we roast this coffee and gives it a sort of nice touch of weight to it as well. There's a tiny bit of a nuttiness in this guy too. I think sometimes with the Colombian and the Peruvian coffees, if you go looking for it really hard or you find the right coffee, you can find something that has a touch of a nutty flavor to it. Something that's kind of on the edges. It's not going to hit you in the face with the nutty variety like we have with some of our coffees from Papua New Guinea, but it will be there in the background and be a really nice kind of finishing aspect to some of the things that you're drinking. This is also a pretty complex coffee. So as opposed to some of the other coffees that we have as medium roast or sometimes light roast that have a pretty slim flavor profile, and that's not a bad thing. I think the combination of the citrus, grapefruit sort of tint, the little bit of the cocoa powder, the floral hints as well, and a little bit of that nuttiness means that you're getting a fun coffee with a bunch of different things going on in it. And you also get something that's really approachable. So this is a wash process coffee that's an aggregate from a couple of different regions within Colombia. And it's a pretty medium-sized bean too, so it's not going to be a tough thing to dial in or to work with in whatever machine that you're using. And I think this will be just a great change of pace from our normal medium roasts that tend to be more on the chocolatey side of things that are Central American coffees too. So if you're looking for something that might challenge you a little bit, sometimes medium roast drinkers can maybe choose some of the coffees that don't have a super complex feel to them. This is one that I would encourage folks who maybe want to try something a little bit outside the normal path, or something that's similar enough to something that they might get as a medium roast, but are a little bit different in terms of the different flavor combinations that are added and present in this coffee. So I'm really excited for folks to give this one a shot. We have 2 bags of this, so we'll have it probably through about May or June, and it'll be available starting today. We look forward to seeing you give this coffee a shot pretty soon. Take care.